Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How's it going? Natural Beauty, hello. Alina, hello. MMJ Duck, hello. Mikalinda, hello. And others, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday, upstate New York. It's rainy, icy, cold, but the weather is only what we have in our minds, right? It's another beautiful day. So grateful to everyone for joining in and sharing their thoughts and ideas. Gabrielle, Madeline, Amber, hello and good morning. We're going to be answering questions, hopefully inspiring us all together to learn and do better. Rebecca, good morning. My SS Cato, good morning. Kate M. Allen, hello. And I'm sorry if I don't get to everyone. Tricia, Leah, Emma Tonis, hello. Let's see. I don't announce who won the December contest, but maybe I should start doing that. I'll get it from the team and I'll start announcing it. I think that would be good. Everyone hear me okay? See me all right? This is my basement. It's just really a pleasure, and I'm so grateful to everyone for sharing things. Let's see. How do I prepare my body for another transfer after C-section? Stony Carter. There really shouldn't be anything you need to do. I generally recommend at least 6 months after a C-section and 3 months after a vaginal delivery before you do a transfer. But don't forget to check out the Kiltz's Keto and the Family Building Guide. You can download these on our website. Lots of really great stuff in order to get prepared for pregnancy. But really, we should always be prepared for pregnancy by doing all the things that we talk about. You're healthy always. And that's the thing we want to get to. Healthy always. And what does Kiltz say? Faith first. You got to have faith, belief in God. No matter your religion or non-religion, it's all faith in God. And God is the guide, the energy for all of us, right? And again, even if you're a scientist and a non-believer, God is the energy within all of us. That's so important for us to get there. And then remember, carnivore keto, 1 meal a day is the top of the line, but any keto and 1 meal a day is always good for everyone. And be creative. I do my pottery and some painting and some lettering, and we've got to be doing things that keep us busy. But don't forget, go for a walk in nature and get lots of naps. All right, let me see if I can get to some of these. Laparoscopy, Kayla, in February. Look forward to seeing you. I do recommend either laparoscopy with a hysteroscopy for evaluation of scar tissue, endometriosis. And sometimes you get there and you don't see anything, but you'd flush things out, people get pregnant. It's amazing. Recommend to freeze my eggs at 3 days after miscarriage. Last time only one made it to blast. I had 10 eggs. Yes, Tricia, lots of day threes. I recommend day threes over blast. You can always thaw them later and take them to blast, but my opinion is do one. Do either day three, but even going to blast works okay, but lots of day threes. Let's see here. Good morning, Effie. Keto, 21, 70 pounds. You lost it. And don't look for it, by the way. Let it be lost. Cholesterol, your cholesterol is fine. There's no evidence that cholesterol harms our bodies. And if you look at Gary Taub's book or Jimmy Moore's book on cholesterol clarity, you learn that cholesterol is what we're made of. And we've been duped in order to sell a drug, which is kind of really crazy and amazing. But personally, I didn't even get it checked because I had high cholesterol. Well, let's see, my parents lived to 94, my grandmother 104. So it must not be such a bad thing. Hello, Sarah Marcero. Consult 4-3, currently under no treatment and uterine cancer patient. Whom do you suggest I contact to remain on the right meds for the upcoming treatment? Take a look at our Family Building Guide, and you can also ask questions on those sort of things. But for me, these two things are the game changers for all of us. It's a family building guide, and it's Kiltz's keto lifestyle. And when you read these, and also our fertile feast, I can't forget about Miss Marie Emmerich and our book on keto for fertility cookbook. And I know it might be turned around on the Instagram page, but and I should print it backwards copy too. And then of course, I know it sounds crazy, but this is the best fertile food plan, the optimal human nutritional solution. I get rid of that word. I hate that word. We all hate that word. Right? So bacon, eggs, butter, beef, ice cream, salt. Best ever. All right. And you notice that I kind of go fast. And some days I just need to slow down. Meds for a first IVF cycle will start sometime next week. I'm so nervous. Anything we can do to stay stress-free? Let's see. Stress-free is impossible. You can't. You got to just keep going. Don't give up. And this is where meditation, prayer, yoga, listening to a good book. I have a book on daily intentions and daily inspirations. I read Jesus Calling, Jesus Always. Find something, whether it's the New Old Testament, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Tao Te Ching. Find something that you can listen to or read every day. And don't forget to journal, and that'll help. And don't forget, Fertile Hope Yoga and the Fertile Spirit. To talk to Danielle. We're going to get Danielle more on the lines to talk to people, support people. And also that you guys look at Fertile Hope Yoga with Aaron. Let me make sure I get all these questions. Let's see. Stay stress-free. Very hard to do. Looking forward, Hattie, looking forward to talking to you. We're really, really working our very best with all this COVID. A lot of our staff has been out because of this crazy Omicron craziness. So be patient. And I generally recommend get your vaccine. If you come to New York and don't have your vaccine and you get a positive COVID test, you can't do your retrieval if it's within 3 days of the actual retrieval. So there's a little bit of a reason to get it for that. Didn't respond to stims on my first round, so this time I'm doing them in my deltoids. Intramuscular may help sometimes. Yes, it's okay to use your butt, and either one is fine. Don't forget Kiltz's keto, 1 meal a day, faith and prayer and whatever it is, meditation. That really helps all of this stuff. We have our molecular fertility supplements, but the truth be said is we don't know which supplements you really need to take, and there's no FDA proof that these things really work. I'm being sued by Dr. Gleicher for recommending DHEA, and he wants access to all your charts, and I'm saying no way. And I'm going to be sending out an email to get everyone's opinion about all this crazy stuff. How do we keep the cost of medicine down? Stop these crazy patent lawsuits by Dr. Gleicher. So he's a crazy man. I love him though. Let's see. How long after receiving COVID do you have to wait to do an FET? I'd probably say 2 to 4 weeks, but we don't really know that answer for sure, unfortunately. Sarasota is open for monitoring IUIs, blood draws. We'll be running blood soon. We do ultrasounds, and we're working on the lab to get it open sometime, hopefully June, July. And Salais, Elena. And again, everyone, thank you so much for sharing. And again, I'm going to send out that email. I don't think they have the right to any of that, and I'm saying no anyway. They're going to send me to jail before I'll give up anything. Encourage patients with a blocked tube to remove it. Always turn into, so a blocked tube can be at the beginning. So my body's the uterus. This is the fibria way out here in my hand. This is the proximal obstruction. This is the distal obstruction. If it's a distal hydro, you should remove it. It'll help with IVF. But it also helps with natural fertility if it's on one side, by the way. Due to COVID, do I have to wait till my next natural wait till your next cycle. We can get you going. And just make sure everyone knows you've had COVID and the test is going to be positive. If you've had COVID and you know it, and you get another positive, we can still do your retrieval, by the way. Can intramural fibroids be removed with a lap hysteroscopy, or will I have to be removed via open myomectomy? If they're really big, key, then removing them with open if they're above the belly button, but quite commonly remove them laparoscopically or hysteroscopically, and that works really nicely. We're being redirected to Syracuse because of COVID at your Buffalo clinic. Let's see. Both Buffalo, Albany, and Syracuse are under New York State guidelines that if you have a positive COVID test and you didn't previously have COVID, so you would turn positive, then you're going to be probably canceled. If you're a positive tester and not sick at all, that's where Colorado comes in. So we're doing our very best to get you through a retrieval. It's kind of crazy in all of this. Let's see. Why don't you believe in keto? Fertility and shit. Oh, yes. Well, look, I believe in keto because it has proven to make us healthier. All right. And it's the best optimal human nutritional solution for life, for all ages. Keto is a high fat, low to no carbs, and about 20% of your calories from protein. That's it. For me, carnivore is the very best. But when I say keto, and Kiltz is keto, 1 meal a day, add the fat, you maybe have one little snack, but you got to get rid of the fiber, the fruit, the vegetables, the plant oils of any significance out the door. But I've been doing this for over 10 years personally. My bowel bleeding, arthritis, kidney stones, migraines, gone. Amazing. Let's see. Ashley Whitman, someone handed my husband a Kiltz Keto magazine, and now he's watching my, well, listen, tell him it's none of his business. Each of us we're responsible for our own human temple, the lioness and the lion. But listen, we are all amazingly lions and lionesses, and that's what we need to be doing, Ashley. And remember, why wouldn't you do the very best for the miracle machine, the most expensive, valuable, and irreplaceable entity in the universe? You, by the way, you are that. And we should all remember that and practice that every day. So I would say, honey, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And don't forget, this is the home run. Okay, and if you haven't tried my ice cream, egg, white sugar cane, amazing, and a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of salt. And I'm going to make some for my friend Roz, and they're really amazing. Snake River ribeye steak is amazing. Let's see. Well, New Jersey, New York City have an office. KD Caters. Let's all visualize an office in New York, New Jersey, all right? I'm working on all of this stuff. I can only do so much. I have a really amazing team. They're working to do their very best every single day. Let's see. Where do you find the cookbook? If you go to our website, if you have to go to drkiltz.com or CNY Fertility, there's going to be a link for the cookbook. If you go to Maria Emmerich stuff, you can also find it there. It's not on Amazon. All our other stuff is on Amazon, but not that one book. Jenner 2210, TSH 3.56. Let's see, started 25, history of miscarriage at 16 weeks. I might go to 50 on the 3.56. Some people do the 37.5, but you might do a little bit more, but it's probably worth waiting a little bit. But Immune Protocol 3, I highly recommend it. Let me see if I got the, if you look at the Family Building Guide and you go to about page, let's see here, page 78, it has the immune level protocols. My opinion is many people need to do at least the Immune 3 if they're having any history of failed implantations or have any autoimmune diseases. You can also look towards Pregmune, Pregmune, if you want to do the testing. I'm not pushing the testing because I think we know that you have an immunologic problem because you're infertile. All diseases that we have labeled are caused by inflammation. And if you look at Kiltz's keto, again, look at Kiltz's keto. And we're coming out with a new carnivore version. For me, and also a fasting version, 1 meal a day, just short chapters and things. This really is simple. You're the Ferrari. Take care of it like that. And lions, not pigs, cows, or sheep, and I respect all of those organisms, by the way. Let's see, Ruth Barassi had an AFC at baseline, 43 years young, stems. You always have to believe you have a chance. You have to have faith. Faith trumps everything, right? You wouldn't be doing it if you didn't believe you had a chance. Doing nothing is a lower chance. Doing something is a little better chance. And remember, if you have faith in God, you always know the outcome is perfect. And you have to imagine that whatever happens was meant to happen and be open to whatever the universe delivers you. That's so important. Let's see. I misunderstood my question. I don't have COVID, but does the staff at the Buffalo Clinic? That's why we're being sent to Syracuse. Fuzzle Mom, I'm sorry about that. So Buffalo doesn't do as many cycles as Syracuse. We have more capacity. Sometimes they're full up, and that might be why it's happening. We're working to get Dr. Chang and the team moving a little bit more. Probably coming up by March, we should be adding a few more cycles to their day, and that'll help out tremendously. We're also trying to add on to the building, but the local area won't let us build on. So I don't know what we're going to do there. We're doing our best. Remember, do or do not, there be no try. And that's the most important thing. Keep at it, and keep at it every single day. Will you use frozen sperm? Yes, we use frozen sperm, whether it's from your partner, known donor, or an anonymous donor. We can freeze them in our office, or you can send them in. Does eating meat reduces inflammation, and eating vegetables increases inflammation. Smoothies, shakes, seeds, nuts, plant oils, plant milks, seed milks are deadly and the cause of inflammation. I'm sorry, the original human nutritional solution is a hunter. We ate fatty meat, and we likely ate it raw, and we ate the fat, the bone marrow, the everything. Nowadays, we eat lettuce and seeds and nuts and fruits and vegetables. They're the cause of all of our diseases. I know it doesn't make sense, but you'll never see meat in the toilet, but you'll see vegetables because our GI tract cannot not well at all digest vegetables, seeds and nuts and fiber. It's all deadly for us. My opinion is that vegetables cause cancer and everything else. Let's see. My pleasure, by the way, my pleasure, and I'm grateful to everyone. Keep sharing your thoughts and ideas. Keep helping us all be supportive. The team has been ragged lately because of COVID craziness and all this travel. And wintertime's kind of hard around here sometimes. That's why I'm really excited to get Sarasota open. I think it's going to help a lot. We have an amazing team. Dr. K2, Condra, awesome and amazing. And next time you're down there, just say, hey, Dr. K1 says awesome and amazing, right? True Niagen as a supplement during IVF. I'm not sure what True Niagen is. I'll look it up, Stephanie, and text me 315-416-9872. That will remind me, and I can take a look at it. You know, the problem with all the supplements, again, I'm being sued for recommending DHEA. There's a method of treatment patent that Dr. Gleicher supposedly invented. My bet is invented before that. And so now I'm finding out DHEA maybe doesn't even work. That's the craziness. Maybe doesn't even work. Let's see. If you want to have a retrieval in May, when should I do the HSG and so histogram? Trina Riggy. You could do it in March or April. Get things done as soon as possible is always good. They're not required, but they may be recommended. Kayla, vegetables always cause abdominal pain. Listen, the reason they do is because they ferment, and vegetables want to make us vegetables, by the way. They want to kill us. It's so simple. We are lions and lionesses. We're carnivore beings. We're meant to eat one meal a day or less, but not 3 to 6 grazing meals. That's deadly. The cause of diabetes, hypertension, cancer, stroke, every disease is caused by the modern healthy dietary recommendations, which are fruits and vegetables, seeds and nuts, 3 to 6 meals a day, and limit your red meat because it's deadly for you. BS. I'm sorry. Deborah Smith in Denver also told me to take, and listen, this DHEA may be a lie, by the way. So we don't even know the right answer. And all the supplements we recommend, even my supplement, Molecular Fertility, we offer it as a lower cost. We think it's as valuable, but can we absolutely say that? We can't, unfortunately. Let's see. Retrieval in March. When should I do acupuncture? Nancy, too fancy. Acupuncture can be done once a week, once a month. But usually we're going to recommend the acupuncture prior to the transfer, the day of, just prior, and just afterwards. But if acupuncture, massage, yoga, prayer, all these things are in the host of things, along with supplements and DHEA that, again, some studies say these things are helpful. Some studies say we don't know. I'm beginning to question all the scientific literature that maybe it's snake oil. That's the craziness, right? Korean ginseng works to increase sperm quality. Again, all these supplements, Tammy, that's a good question. I don't know for sure. For me, the best thing you can do is Kiltz's keto lifestyle. All of us at every age. When you're pregnant, do not stray from this. This is amazing. For pregnancy, when your children, babies are meant to breastfeed, and then from there, they're meant to eat like a lion, right? A cub. That's crazy, isn't it? Thank you for joining me for the Fertile Fireside Chat, CNY Fertility Live. Don't forget, we have Dr. Nagarelli, Dr. Verdialis, we have Justine, we have, I think, Elizabeth Lee. Our embryology team does it live during the week, so really grateful to all the team members that are doing that. Almost a year since my last lap to remove endo. Will I need to do another one before I do another cycle? Kelly, you shouldn't need another one. You don't need another one. Now, endometriosis can be treated medically with either Lupron or Alyssa for 2 to 3 months, along with letrozole. So talk to your docs, Dr. Condra, Dr. Luthringer, and Dr. Vidali. Andre Vidali does a lot of endometriosis. Live in North Carolina, plan to use your Atlanta clinic. Is that the location? Is that the Atlanta clinic? Awesome. They're great, amazing team members. They do ultrasounds, blood testing, IUIs, and surgeries. They don't do retrievals or transfers. I'm still working on it. It all takes longer. This COVID has really made things take longer than expected. So sorry. Let's see. Block tubes, will you guys help laparoscopic unblocking or salpingectomy? Yes, we do that. Naive. And if I pronounce your names wrong, Mr. Dyslexic, ADHD, OCD, and go down the list. Well, Artis Malove, I don't know that 41 or 42 is an age that supplements stop working. If they work at all, why wouldn't they work on everyone? I guess the question is, by the time you're 41, 42, 43, is it possible you have a lot of extra inflammation and damage that may limit the success of all this stuff? Maybe so. But you always need to call yourself young and fertile, and I'm having a baby. That's what all of us need to be talking about. All right, intralipids. And if you recommend or not PGT, Caitlin Baker Allen. I'm not a big fan of PGT, but you know, it's your choice. You can read all about it if you want to do it. You may be throwing away embryos that are read as abnormal, but they're really normal. So they never get in a uterus. If an embryo never gets in the uterus, guess what? Never a baby. Intralipids are fat. If you really eat Kiltz's keto or the baby's plan, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, ice cream, intermittent feasting, salt, this works amazing. Amazing, by the way. And Kiltz's keto lifestyle. You just check it out. You can download a free digital copy on my website or buy it from Amazon, and you'll get a paper copy. Place to do blood work and scans in South Dakota. Let's see. Text me on that one. If you have an OBGYN, you can ask. We'll be glad to also ask, or an ultrasound technician, even an ultrasound person that does ultrasounds out there. And certainly for those blood work, you get at LabCorp or even at Quest. Good morning, Wichita. It is great seeing you. Thanks. Started Prime last month. LDN. Was told to wait for a period to start. You can start all Omni and LDN now, in my opinion. I got to tell everyone, you don't have to wait for a period to start priming. Please, everyone, you don't. Let's see. Had FSH checked 41 to 90 less than 2 months ago. I think estrase, prometrium, omnitrope, along with the LDN. I don't know where DHEA fits in any of this stuff, by the way. And I'm not recommending any particular DHEA. And you got to read it yourself and figure out if that's what you want to do. Let's see. And so I think, and this is where those high FSHs could be really challenging for sure. Be open to donor eggs, donor embryos adoption. But I've seen those high FSHs go down, AMHs come up, and pregnancy happen, especially with, guess what? The baby's plan, okay? Well, let's go over here. I'm backwards, so it's always a little harder. The baby's plan. Don't think supplements work. Great. Let's see here. Water ultrasound less than a year ago. Do I need another one? Rare breed. You guys don't need repeats on these things. We often recommend them. Some insurance companies require them, but none of this testing is required by us. So you need to check with your insurance company whether or not that's important. Can we take biotin supplements? Yes. ERA recommended before modified natural cycle. I'm not sure I would say recommended. It's offered. The problem with all of these things, the proof is in the pudding. If you're failing, do it. If you want to do it ahead of time, let's do it, okay? Mayo Clinic to do my labs and ultrasounds. Kayla, if Mayo Clinic will please do these ultrasounds. Listen, we're grateful to all the OBGYNs out there, all the fertility clinics out there. We're all working together in this family of making more mommies and making more daddies. That's it, right? That's really our joy of life. And I'm going to continue doing this. I'll be 66 in March. I just can't believe it. It's like I was 12 yesterday. I still feel 12. And I love doing painting. And I throw paint at the canvas. And my crazy pottery and my crazy stuff that I'm sharing here with you. Again, all respect to everyone. Even the challenging things that we're like, why is this happening to me? We have to have love and respect for all of it, because this is the nature of the universe. Even Dr. Gleicher, I highly respect, is a very good man. I just disagree with the fact that he's suing me over recommending DHEA, and he has no right into your charts. And you got to send an email to rkiltz@cnyfertility.com. Tell me what you think of Dr. Gleicher having access to all of your charts, because maybe I recommended DHEA. I think that's wrong. 6 weeks today, started heavy bleeding with clots. Elizabeth, you should probably go and get checked. Give us a call. If you're on Lovenox aspirin, you might stop it, but this is where I recommend maybe an antibiotic, staying on the steroids, upping the dose. Very important, by the way. Let's see. Going to be 44 years young in March the 10th. Another Pisces. Awesome. Joy. Again, even when we're fighting, depressed, mad, sad, angry, and all of this stuff that we're dealing with in life, we need to hold love. And love always heals all of us. Don't let go of love. And the more I emulate this, again, even if we're making a challenge and we're wrestling with some idea, again, we don't want to fight it. We want to wrestle it. We want to do the very best to improve things. And one of the reasons I'm pushing forward on the DHEA is all of us need to be out there and saying, DHEA has been around forever. Many, many, many doctors talk about it and recommend it. That's our job. But again, the question is whether or not it's valuable. I don't know. Recommend Cervital during stims if you are going to be adding. I think if you had the Omnitrope, Pamela, you could probably hold off on the Cervital. My doctor agrees, also recommend DHEA. Many doctors recommend DHEA. Many doctors recommend DHEA all over the world. You're right, Kelly. And this is the craziness. So why is Dr. Kiltz being sued for recommending DHEA? Doesn't that seem wrong? And I'm not going to sit back and take it. We're going to get forward there. And if it's valuable, you have the right to use it. You have the right to the information. And you have the right to buy lower cost DHEA all over the world for whatever you're using it for. I don't know what you might be using it for, but you have those rights. And by the way, they have a patent and they have a nutraceutical company and they're making money on that. And they're charging more money, which seems a little disingenuous to me. I think that is wrong, by the way, that doctors should be making extra money on these drugs. If it's not a similar price, something's wrong. Let's see, all things health. Hello, free, let's see, Larissa. And let's see, Brittany Nicole, thank you. Canceled FET due to ovulation while on estradiol. Amy Peace, so add Lupron daily from the start, 10 units, or antagonist from the start, or go in earlier to get your ultrasounds and testing on that. So, but you can add Lupron to help prevent that at 10 units a day. I highly recommend that. AMH of 15 too high for a 20. Well, you have PCOS because you're not doing Kiltz's one meal a day. Carnivore keto is kick-ass king and queen, by the way, and the Lion Queen, the Lion King, rocking and rolling. That's it. But that is the game changer. You might add low-dose naltrexone, but the one meal a day and vegetables, fruit, fiber, seeds, and nuts want to make us vegetables. That's stupid, isn't it? Vegetables cause cancer, and I'll bet $1 billion on that one. And fiber is deadly for all of us, by the way. Alternatives, progesterone suppositories, yeast infections, Prometrium, Chloe's Baby Journey, Prometrium is oral also. You can use oral, vaginal, or intramuscular. Those are the 3 forms. There may be some creams out there, but I haven't used them. The endometrium is a cream, but it's put in vaginally. But I wonder if you could put it on your skin. That may be. Recommend 3-day or 5-day embryo transfer. Both of them work. Free Hilarissa. Both work. I recommend a lot of day 3s. I'd recommend a lot of day 5, 6, and 7s. Those are blasts. 2, 3, and 4 are cleavage stage. We mostly do day 3s. And I think that really works nicely, by the way. Do you do scar tissue removal? Yes. Challenge is getting operative time is kind of hard. So I do get to do it, but mostly it's talking, retrievals, transfers. I do a lot of this and I get into the OR. Absolutely, we still do that. 45, should I be taking Omnitrope if IVF cycle as opposed to serious cervital solely? The cervital, I like the Omnitrope, the human growth, 3 units in prime, 6 in stim. That's kind of the way I do it personally. I know Dr. Fink and Dr. Magarelli recommend a lot of the cervital. I'm not sure I know that answer. So, but I think cervital is good too. If we have a change location to donor embryo at a different CNY location than the other, do we have to be accepted? No, you're accepted at all of our locations, by the way. The only issue is this COVID craziness. If you test positive before a surgery, you have to have it if you're having anesthesia. And if you've tested positive because you're coming in, that's always a tough one. Kindly explain the cause of endometrial fluid. Can it affect egg quality or transfer? Yes. The cause is mostly due to dilated fallopian tubes or a little scar from the C-section that may house a lot of mucus, or the cervical mucus tends to go into the uterine cavity rather than out the cervix. But a lot of it we don't always understand in that. Sometimes remove the fallopian tubes, sometimes remove the defect of the scar from the C-section. Those are all things that can help on that. And sometimes we'll simply remove the fluid, antibiotics, Neupogen wash, PRP washes, course of antibiotics. Those are all things that can be very helpful. Bethany, what are some causes of free fluid on pelvic ultrasound, fan on transvaginal ultrasound, and then hurt? So if the fluid's in the uterine cavity, it can be a problem. We'll want to drain it or try a different protocol. Too high of estrogen may be a culprit on that, but this is where laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, remove endo, remove bad hydrosalpinx, treat with a course of antimicrobial, which is antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, can be helpful for at least 30 days in all of this. We do acupuncture at our Albany and Syracuse locations. I think we send out in Buffalo and also in Colorado. Get acupuncture. Is PRP procedure recommended if failed IVF 8 times? This is where Doc Sadia, laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, PRP, the antimicrobial, and the antihistamine protocol could be helpful. But the PRP certainly may be helpful. Neupogen, HCG washes, all of those. And if you go to Family Building Guide, it's really, really helpful. There's a lot of great information that you can gain free on our website, and you can get a paper copy on Amazon. Trio test which showed E. coli in my uterus. Again, E. coli from the rectum because of a plant-based diet gets into the vagina and goes everywhere. This is why I think treating with the 30 days of the antimicrobial can be helpful. Weak cervix, again, weak cervix is due to inflammation because we eat a plant-based diet, a lot of fiber in the colon, it ferments, makes alcohol, aldehydes, heat, gas, bloating, pain, constipation. We have no requirements to ever eat fruit, fiber, vegetables, seeds, or nuts. They're deadly for us. Let's see. Also, amoxicillin for 7 days. I think you may need the month of antimicrobial, by the way, for the trio contamination. Jalen Green, can we get acupuncture at all of my locations? And can we pay with a HSA, FSA card? I think you can. I don't know if they're offering it in office right now. Not in Sarasota, not in Atlanta, not in office in Buffalo, and not in Colorado yet. But we're working on it. We want to make it better for you, by the way. All the other supplements because it makes apart from Vestol, I'm taking all the other supplements because it makes me feel sick. If you're taking any of that stuff, I said that. Yeah, if any of this stuff makes you feel sick, don't touch it. Listen, these supplements may have things that you don't react well to. It's hard to know what the thing is, by the way. Southern girl, 30, 40 years young, tea versus coffee. A little bit of both are okay. Water, coffee, tea, almost never beer, wine, or spirits. And remember, infinite faithful moments, faith in God within all of us, right? God is us. That's the craziness. Would it be okay to do a transfer 7 to 10 weeks post? I recommend 3 months, in my opinion, if they've had any significant fibroids removed. Ashley Nicole. Let's see. Monica Wood. Hello, Monica. Possibility I would get it removed. Fiber removal. So again, you got to get your body, your uterus, your ovaries, your tubes, your mind, all of this in the very best condition you can. That's so critical for all of us. That's why I do a lot of this. I do a little bit of this. I try to keep it light on this and light on this. I mostly ride my bike a little bit. I do some down in Sarasota and up in my little work-in studio, I call it. Okay, Megan Elizabeth, 1 round of IVF, which resulted in 3 blasts, transferred 2 and got a positive, resulted in miscarriage. Not gotten pregnant naturally. And I've gotten naturally pregnant twice, miscarriage, currently pregnant with a low heartbeat spotting. Doctor thinks it's genetic. You can't say that. You don't know that. And in my opinion, the genetic abnormalities are caused by inflammation. So you got to clean up the inflammation. That's why Kiltz is keto. That's why these ideas are critical, in my opinion. Immunologic testing is all normal. But again, you got to go to the Immune 4 protocol. You got to look at IVIG, Humira, laparoscopy, hysteroscopy. Kiltz's keto lifestyle is kick-ass amazing. I know it seems wrong. That's what I thought also. It's like, no, there's no way this is going to work, right? I did it. Bingo. Arthritis, psoriasis, kidney stones, migraines, gone. Hemorrhoids, gone. Crazy. But if you look at the immune protocol 4, I think Megan Elizabeth, that would be the one for you. But I'd be glad to do a consultation, 315-416-9872. The most important part to this whole journey, never, ever, ever, ever give up. Have faith, patience, and persistence in the journey. That's the critical part here, right? Crazy. 40 and plan for first retrieval in February, suggest FET or Freezol. I got pregnant naturally, ended in miscarriage. Now plan to use sperm donor because I am single. Lots of southern girly 30, young, so many beautiful young women, single. I tell my daughter, have a baby. Don't wait for Mr. Right. We don't exist. And basically having babies, no matter what it is or how it is, lots of different ways to do it. By the way. And so either fresh or frozen works great. If your progesterone is over 2.5 to 3 at trigger, I usually recommend a freeze-all, but that's a recommendation. You choose if you want to do a fresh or frozen. We might tell you the risks, but it's your body. Doctors sometimes act like dictators and, cut it off, right? If us doctors aren't listening to you, please say, excuse me, doctor, could you just listen to me? Or practitioner, please listen to me. No, you didn't hear me, doctor. I know, thank you. And I know there's a lot of talk out there. We all need your feedback so we can make sure that we have your back. Feedback to get and give and protect your back. That's most important. Let's see. Toy, Jack, Julas, hello, Southern Girlie, it's my pleasure. Low fertilization, Kwamara Hussein. This is where you gotta take care of the sperm source, the egg source, and the implantation environment. It's all about, for guys, check your blood work. Go on Kiltz's carnivore keto 1 meal a day, or some form of keto 1 meal a day. That'll help all of us. The molecular fertility, we have the male supplement, may be helpful, FDA hasn't proven this stuff, by the way. All this stuff may be helpful. That's the crazy part to this. It's all nuts. And no seeds and nuts, by the way. And take care of the nuts, right? And that's why I recommend all these things. But bad fertilization may be either bad egg, bad sperm, but we want to improve your environment and all of this. Zymot may be helpful to improve the sperm that we're getting. Acupuncture. We sometimes, for guys, will use some HCG and Clomid may be helpful. Testicular scrotal ultrasound to look for varicocele might be helpful. So I think those are all really important. Adding HCG with Lupron for a trigger. If you have an estradiol level greater than 4,000, I probably lowered the dose or eliminated. But I do recommend a dual HCG Lupron trigger about 32 to 36 hours prior to retrieval. Is everyone doing okay on this beautiful Sunday? Wherever you're at, whatever you're suffering from, you have to hold it and imagine that there's something really good in the gift of the troubles, right? The treasure, the present. Problems and troubles are the presents and the treasures of life, right? So you have to sit with it. Thank you, God, Lord, Creator, for the day, every day, right? Facing Destiny, 1922. Share meat ideas. I go for, personally, I'm steak, chicken, pork, lamb. And this term about meats are processed. I mean, you didn't go out and hunt and cut the animal. Everything's processed. But if it's in a bag, stay away from it. If it says keto, in my opinion, stay away from it. I don't think it's a good idea personally. But look at Kiltz's keto. And I think we just put something out, but oysters, fish, lobster. I'm not a big fish fan. I think the waters of the world are very contaminated, especially all this plastic and all the spices. Get rid of them. Salt, a little bit of pepper, but salt is it. And put butter on it. Let's see. Dual trigger may help mature eggs, I think, but I don't have any really solid evidence. A lot of the stuff we're doing is by the seat of our pants, by the way. It's crazy, right? Let's see. Mom and pop, you go local. Rare breed, absolutely. I think look locally in your area. Even if you're in the big city, you'll have a lot of these farmer markets coming down. Look at the really great cheeses. I'm a cream person. I don't recommend milk at all. A little bit of cookie, cake, ice cream, chocolate from time to time, but not every day. And whiskey, wine, or beer, out of it, right? Get rid of it. but only a little bit of scent from time to time. And let's see, Central Crest, let's see, GG Party 84. I will be glad to do lives with you guys if you have your own lives and websites and things like that. I'd be glad to be on there to answer questions. So please, we all need to be sharing the love. Check out Marie Emmerich, Ken Berry, everyone out there. So many great things. Austin Cavelli, let's see, Amber Wentworth, Lone Star Keto. She's amazing. Check out her stuff. Amber, let's see. I'm forgetting all the names at 66 almost, it goes. But all of us, again, you got to take care of yourself like the temple, not the amusement park. Remember that. That's why 1 meal a day. Eliminate all the stupid shit, all the candy bars and protein shakes and smoothies. They're all deadly. Sorry. It's the most amazing. No guarantee the testing was right, so give it a chance. Let's see. I have 2 failed cycles, fresh and frozen. Vivian, recommend metformin for bad eggs. A little bit of metformin may help. Let's see, inositol through Theralogics sells it also. Theralogics has some really great, amazing supplements, by the way. I think they might even carry a DH. You know what I'm saying, right? They may. So if you're going to buy it from them. But I'm not particularly saying use any particular one supplement or medication, by the way. I maybe put the disclaimer down there somewhere, right? All right. Let's see. Bree Schlick, it's our pleasure. Dr. Corley, Dr. Banerjee, Dr. Lutheringer, Dr. Faruqi, Dr. D'Souza, Dr. Chang, Dr. Ditkoff, Dr. Grossman, Dr. Verdialis, Dr. Kondrup, Dr. Fink, Dr. Magarelli, and I know there's more. Let's see. Dr. Ivanov, Philadelphia, Dr. Fruki in Montreal, continue to monitor there. We need your input. If you have other doctors that are willing to help monitor, lower the cost of fertility care. We've got to do that, right? We've got to lower the cost of fertility care. That's so important. This is all craziness, isn't it? Let's see. Hello, Beth. How are you doing? My life. Good morning. Tanika Wright. Hello. Let's see. The Buffalo is doing IVF, and they do some PGT biopsies and testing. We're working to build the lab team. We're going to be getting more soon. So we're getting some new equipment. We're growing a little bit. So we're really excited about all of that. Old clinic to send all med records to you. Get all your records, by the way, and read through them. Find the important things. And a lot of it is you don't need to repeat all this stuff. Go slow, right? Follow the flow of faith. Follow the flow of faith. And you want to open up the faith, the start, the middle, the end, and infinite times a day within the dreams of your life. And never give up the dream of the baby, right? The good Lord, the nature, the universe will vibrate based on what you think. You don't want anything. I am so grateful for what I have, including my family, my children. Not to want, not to beg, not to ask for, but to see it as if it already is. Thank you so much for sharing all of your opinions, by the way, whether they're happy, mad, sad, depressed. We're human beings, right? We're the emotional machine. That's so important for all of us. Hysteroscopy at the same time. Tara Whitmore, yes, you can do hysteroscopy same time as the retrieval at all of our locations. I don't know if we're doing it in Buffalo yet, but I'm working on getting equipment there, so I'm excited about that. Vivian Adu, I have 2 failed cycles, 1 frozen and the other fresh. I had polyps removed before the frozen. What could the problem? Well, it's inflammation, right? You got to do all the stuff that we're talking about. So if what you're doing hasn't worked yet, don't forget, dig into these things, right? Dig into the family building guide. dig into Kiltz's and Emmerich's keto cookbook. Again, there's a lot of stuff. I'm really boring in all of this, but if you haven't had a laparoscopy for endo, get it done, or do the medical treatment along with the potential testing if you want to do it. You can do a Receptiva DX, which is basically looking for endo, but about 20% of the time it says you don't have it, you might have it. So that's why I recommend a lot of the treatment, whether it's laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, or it's going to be the Lupron or Orlissa and letrozole and all this. Do an IUI having a DNC on the 27th. How long it will take to do the I am doing IUI having a DNC on the 27th. Let's see. I'm not sure, Mueller or Miller, I understand the question. Maybe re-ask it. 2 weeks in Colorado, start my cycle. To the Colorado team, a shout out, thank you. Listening to the patients, asking them, what would you like to do? Do you have any questions? And supporting at all of our CNY locations. 5-star fertility care. Our job is to support you and give us your feed forward so we can give you feed and take care of your back. That's the most important part that we need to do. IVF procedures, including PGT. Let's see. Second IVF. This time I'm on buserelin. Can this be the cause of endometrial fluid? I didn't have the condition my first cycle. The fluid, uterine fluid, I'm assuming, the endometrial fluid could be the buserelin, but usually not. Something else, some other form of inflammation. Hysteroscopy, PRP washes, the antimicrobial protocol can be very, very helpful, I think. All right, 1101, 7 miscarriages, 29 years young, no known issues, recommended to PGT test embryos. I had 1 birth. I'm not a fan of PGT testing. I say do the immune protocol, 3 or 4, do Kiltz's keto lifestyle, 1 meal a day, carnivore is best, but any form of keto you do is better than any other fertile nutritional solution. Craziness, right? Let's see. Treated at another clinic, I have 1 failed transfer. Asked the doctor for insulin and said yes, but I need another doctor to get them from. Does that make sense? I mean, it should be getting them. We'd be glad to help you, by the way. Even if we work with other doctors all over the country and the world, that's our job. We work with everyone. Alcohol fit into the keto lifestyle at all? No. Alcohol is a toxin for everyone. Now, doesn't mean you can't drink it, like you might have a cookie, candy, or vegetables, right, from time to time, but I don't recommend alcohol at all. It's deadly for us. But beer, again, a little from time to time, but not this much beer or this much wine, a bottle of wine or whiskey, deadly, right? Right, Southern Girl, a lap did natural modified and did carnivore before transfer. It looks like a fail. Beta Monday, trying to convince somebody to get me to do another retrieval, but with adeno and endo. You should consider maybe doing 3 months of Orlissa, letrozole, Lupron, letrozole. That'll help on the adeno, and consider another cycle for sure. PRP, HCG wash. Look at the immune 3 and 4. Could be helpful for you. All right, Caitlin, do you recommend duostim? I do a lot of duostims. I do a lot of mini dose, natural trigger cycles for either frozen transfer or even IVF retrieval, even IUIs, more natural, more low dose protocols and minis. They really work great, by the way. Syncytin 1 and fertility. Let's talk about it. I read that a large number of women are getting naturally pregnant following the COVID vaccine due women are getting pregnant, the COVID vaccine, dude. There's people have history of getting increased pregnancy on the flu vaccine. I don't know that I know those answers. There's so many things people write about. I'm not sure that we could trust any data. Remember, the data reported is only the data you see, and then how you interpret it. I think scientific journals are mostly a bunch of BS. That's what I'm learning after getting sued for recommending DHEA. Tell me your opinion on that. Email rkiltz@cnyfertility.com. Let me know if you think you should have equal access to information from anyone on DHEA. And does any doctor have the right to get your charts because they're suing me? I don't think so. Not one bit. Well, let's see. 3 centimeter fiber in the uterus wall affect implantation. Remove it, remove it, remove it. Someone go for PGD testing. I think the genetic testing is if you have a known genetic disorder or you have translocations. That might be it, believe it or not. If you want to do it because you have a whole bunch of embryos and you want to try to find the 2 or 3 best, but if you have normal chromosomes, and a lot of the genetic testing is imperfect, many of those embryos are going to simply implant if they're normal, or they're going to miscarry if they're not, or not implant. So, all right, Jen DeMartino, is whole body cryotherapy okay during TIMS? I don't know that answer, but cooling the body reduces inflammation. My bet is your core is not going down very far. So I think the answer is probably okay. But I don't know that answer. Tell us your opinions. Let's get a consensus of opinions. Maybe that's what our new, we're going to be asking for your opinions on all of these things. Should we be using this, that, or the other thing? Who has the right to your medical information? Do you have the right to equal access information from your doctors and not be pushed away by others? So God bless to everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys next weekend or in the office. If you want to do a selfie or a picture, I'd love that always. So God bless and take care. Bye, everyone.